Welcome to Brain Blast, the podcast that explodes your brain with amazing facts. I am your host, Alex.
And I am Jordan, your resident history and science nerd. Get ready, Alex, because today we are playing a game of historical matchup.
Ooh, I love games. Lay it on me, Jordan.
Okay, close your eyes. What do you picture when I say the word samurai?
Easy. Ancient Japan, epic armor, and super sharp swords, like hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
Perfect. Now, what do you picture when I say Abraham Lincoln?
The 16th U.S. president. He had that super tall top hat, a great beard, and he led the country during the Civil War in the 1860s. Oh, and all his pictures are in black and white.
Spot on. Now, what if I told you that the samurai with the sword and Abraham Lincoln with the top hat existed at the exact same time?
Wait, what? You're telling me Lincoln could have hung out with a samurai?
Exactly. In fact, a samurai could have theoretically sent a telegram to Abraham Lincoln. History is totally wild.
My brain is officially blasted. How is this even possible?
To understand this time warp, we have to travel to Japan in the 1860s. At this time, Japan was near the end of the Edo period.
The Edo period? Is that when everyone ate a lot of edamame?
No, but edamame is delicious. The Edo period was a time when Japan was ruled by the Tokugawa Shogunate, a military government, and the samurai were the top of the food chain. They were the military nobility.
So in the 1860s, while Americans were riding steam trains and fighting the Civil War, guys in Japan were still walking around with katanas?
Yep, because for over 200 years, Japan had a policy called sakupeo. It basically meant the whole country hung a giant do not disturb sign on their front door. Nobody came in, nobody went out.
Whoa, so they just totally missed out on the Industrial Revolution? No factories, no steam engines?
Exactly. Imagine if you were still using a flip phone from the 1990s, but your neighbor had a brand new smartphone. That was Japan compared to the West in the mid-1800s. The samurai were literally living in a feudal, sword-fighting society at the exact same time Abraham Lincoln was running for president.
Okay, so the samurai part makes sense. But what about the telegram part? A telegram is like an old-school text message, right?
You got it. The telegraph was invented in the 1830s and 40s. It sent electrical signals over wires. Beep, beep, boop. By the time Lincoln was president in 1861, telegraph wires were spreading all over the place.
Did Lincoln actually use them? I just picture him writing with a feather quill by candlelight.
He did write with quills, but Lincoln was actually a huge tech geek. During the Civil War, he basically lived in the War Department's telegraph office. He sent nearly 500 telegrams to his generals.
So he was the first president to endlessly check his notifications. Another message from General Grant. Let me just text him back.
Basically, Lincoln was using the cutting edge of 19th century modern technology. Meanwhile, across the globe, the samurai were still practicing ancient archery and swordsmanship.
Okay, Jordan, but here's the ultimate question. Did a samurai ever actually see a telegram or meet Lincoln?
Well, they didn't meet Lincoln, but they came incredibly close. In 1860, just months before Lincoln was elected, Japan sent a special diplomatic mission to the United States. 77 samurai sailed to America.
Wait, 77 actual samurai in America? What did they do?
They were treated like rock stars. They visited San Francisco, Washington, D.C., and New York. They rode on steam trains for the first time, and yes, they saw the telegraph in action.
No way. What did they think of the telegram?
They were amazed. They called the wires flying telegraphs because the messages traveled faster than a horse could ever run. So while they met President James Buchanan instead of Lincoln, a samurai absolutely could have stood in an American telegraph office and sent a beep beep boop message to anyone on the network.
That is the coolest thing I have ever heard. History isn't just a bunch of separate boxes. Sometimes the ancient world and the modern world high-five each other.
Beautifully said, Alex. And that's our show. Remember, history is always wilder than you think. Keep asking questions, keep exploring, and we will see you next time on Brain Blast.